My dear students, welcome to a new class. Today we are going to get into a new chapter, our sixth chapter, the later Vedic period, Aryavarta. We already studied about Brahmavarta and Aryavarta in the previous chapter. We learned what Aryavarta is, how it got that name, all those things we had seen in the previous chapter already. The Aryans came from Central Asia and they got settled in Saptasindhu for the first time, and they gave a name Brahmavarta to this place. And later, at around 1000 BC, a large group of Aryans, they left Saptasindhu and they got settled in another place, and that is plains and valleys of river Ganga. And they gave a different name to this place, that is Aryavarta. Brahmavarta and Aryavarta. And the time period, that is 1000 BC to 600 BC, the time period in which Aryans were living in Aryavarta is known as later Vedic period. So, in later Vedic period, many changes occurred in the culture, in the lifestyle, in the dressing style, in the religion of Aryans. Many changes happened. We already studied about the culture and the lifestyle, the dressing style, and also the religion of early Vedic Aryans in the last class or last chapter. We already studied that, how they lived, how the class system existed, all those things we studied. So, here we are going through the same topics again, and we will understand what are the changes that happened when Aryans moved to the valleys of Ganga river. What are the cultural and economic changes that happened in the society of Aryans? We will see that here. And we had studied about 4 Vedas in the last chapter. 4 Vedas are there, and out of these 4, 3 of them were written in the later Vedic period. Out of 4, 3 were written in the later Vedic period, that is Samaveda, Yajurveda and Atharva Veda. These 3 Vedas were written in the later Vedic period. And also Aryans started using iron in later Vedic period. The usage of iron, it increased, and it actually helped the Aryans to cultivate large areas of lands. Their cultivation got better because of the use of iron. There were many changes that occurred in the political structure of Aryans too. Political structure also changed. In the last chapter, in the case of early Vedic period, we studied that they were nomadic tribes, which means they were moving from one place to the other, and the wars happened only for cattle, not for land. Land was not a matter of concern for the Aryans. They did not care about land at all. The only source of wealth was cattle. But here in the case of later Vedic period, the Aryans started settling down in certain areas, and land became an important property for the Aryans in the later Vedic period. They started settling down and land became an important source of income, and also they started valuing the land. And since they started settling down in a particular place, the king's power also got increased. The king became much more stronger, and the king started ruling large areas of places now. In the case of early Vedic period, a Rajya or a country was comparatively small. A Rajan was only handling or leading a comparatively small group of people. But in the case of later Vedic period, the king started ruling large group of people, and a large area of land was under the control of king. And also the influence of king got so stronger that the power of committees like Sabha or Samadhi got decreased. The importance of Sabha and Samadhi got decreased, and the king started getting ultimate power. The king's influence was strengthened by rituals. He performed Rajasuya sacrifice, which was supposed to confer supreme power to him. The Ashwamedha or the horse sacrifice was also performed to to establish the king's undisputed authority over the areas. Now we can study about the social life of later Vedic Aryans. First of all, we will discuss their class structure. In the case of early Vedic period, we studied that it was divided into 4 classes: Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra, and it was completely on the basis of occupation, and a person was allowed to change his occupation if he wished to do so. But in the case of later Vedic period, the class structure became so rigid and nobody was allowed to change their occupation. Okay, so a person's dignity or acceptance in the society was not based on occupation but was based on caste or varna. Okay, so in the case of later Vedic period, the society was divided into 4 varnas. Okay, that is Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra. Brahmanas were priests, Kshatriyas were warriors or rulers, and Vaishyas, they were merchants, farmers, and those people who did other important jobs, and Shudra, they did daily wage jobs who served the other 3 varnas. Okay, so the 4th class, Shudras, they were leading a pathetic life. They were serving the 3 other classes. Okay, they were poor people, marginalized people, and these 3 classes, they discriminated the Shudras on the basis of their varna. Okay, so the class system became so rigid, nobody was allowed to change their occupation, and society was based on varna system. Okay, varna system, and nobody was able to change their varna. If a person is taking birth in a particular varna, then he will or she will die in that varna too. Okay, nobody was allowed to change their varna, and it would pass from one generation to the other, and intercaste marriage was strictly prohibited. Okay, intercaste marriage was strictly prohibited. Nobody was allowed to get married from a different caste in later Vedic period. Okay, then we have to study about 4 ashramas. Okay, an Aryan's life was divided into 4 sections or 4 stages. These are Brahmacharya ashrama, then Grihastha ashrama, then Vanaprastha ashrama and Sannyasa ashrama. First, Brahmacharya ashrama. It is a time period in which a person acquires knowledge. Okay, an Aryan acquires knowledge in this time period from a guru. Okay, so it's a time period for learning. Okay, that is the first stage of life. And the second ashrama is Grihastha ashrama. This is the time period in which a person enters into a family life. Okay, he gets married and he heads a family, and he is responsible for the welfare of that family. Okay, he takes care of the members of that family, and he leads the life of a family man. Okay, that is Grihastha ashrama. And Vanaprastha ashrama, this is the 3rd stage of a person's life. In Vanaprastha ashrama, a person becomes old and he has to hand over the responsibilities of the family to the next generation. Okay, so here a person is giving the responsibility to his son, and he is taking a leave from his family affairs, family matters, and he is going to the forest in search of other worldly affairs, which means he is praying and he is meditating and he is not worried about the worldly affairs. Okay, so in Vanaprastha ashrama, a person is leaving his home in search of spirituality, and he is going to the forest and praying there and meditating there. He is becoming more religious and spiritual. Okay, and the last one is Sannyasa ashrama. Sannyasa ashrama, this is the last stage of a person's life. Okay, here a person is completely out of this worldly affairs. Here the man renounces all the comforts of life, becomes spiritual and leads the life of an ascetic focusing on moksha. Okay, so he is focusing on moksha. Okay, the life after this life. Okay, so that is about Sannyasa ashramam. So a person's life is divided into 4 ashramas: Brahmacharya ashrama, Grihastha ashrama, Vanaprastha ashrama and Sannyasa ashrama. So this was how an Aryan's life was divided in later Vedic period. Okay, I hope you understood. If you have any doubts, you can contact me. We will meet in next class. Okay, take care. Goodbye.